Hi friends, it's Julie Golding Page, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in St. Stephen, New Brunswick, Canada, along the tidal Schoodic or St. Croix River, the traditional territory of the Passamaquoddy. And I'm grateful that they share this beautiful place with us. Today I have a simple stamping card for you, and it's using the In the Moment stamp set and only one color of ink. And I know it's simple stamping because I actually taught this card as part of a beginner's class recently, and everybody who attempted it was successful. So if you've never tried stamping before, you can make this. And if you've been stamping a long time, just relax and enjoy. It's that kind of card. So let me just tell you a little bit about the specials and what's going on. And we will get started right away. So let's just switch our camera. And so here's the card. And this shows how simple it really, really is. So we're going to make that, and it'll just take us a few minutes. Right before we get to that, I'd just like to tell you about a few of these stamping specials that are coming up. So first of all, we have the holiday catalog, which is going to be released in early September. If you need a copy of the holiday catalog, just let me know. You can find a form that will let you request it from me. If you go to www.juliescraftaddict.com, you can request a holiday catalog, and you can get all the information on how to do that there. I also have some shares that are coming up. And if you want to get in on a paper share, an embellishment share, or a ribbon share, which gives you samples of a variety of new things that come out of the new holiday catalog, then you can sign up for that as well. And again, it's at juliescraftaddict.com, and that'll be open for the next couple of weeks. Also, right now, there is a kit sale on. So Stampin' Up! Has up to 30% off their entire kits collection, which is amazing. So if you're interested in getting a kit, they start at $12.60, which is so low. So if you want to get any kits, this is the time to do it. I'll include a shopping link for you after this broadcast today. And also, if you have any of those coupons from last month from the bonus days, now's the time to use them because they're only valid through the end of August. After that, it's use it or lose it. And so they won't be able to be used anymore as of September the 1st. If you need help in using them, just let me know anytime. I'd be happy to help you. Also, if you'd like to earn some free stamps, I have a new stamp loyalty program. You can see I'm showing some stamp sets here. And you can find that stamp loyalty program to earn the free stamps at my website at www.juliescraftaddict.com, and just click on Earn Free Stamps. I'll also have a link here in the broadcast for you afterwards today. And another thing I wanted to just tell you about is that I'm going to be going to the Stampin' Up! Conference for Leaders, which is being held in Las Vegas. And so I'm leaving this weekend for that, and I'll be away for a couple of weeks for the conference and then to go on a holiday in the desert with my family. So this will be my last video for a couple of weeks until I come back in early September. So the next video that I'll be doing, whether for the Facebook Live on Wednesday or for Kit and Cuppa, where I demonstrate one card from a kit, and I do that on Fridays, the next episodes of both of those videos will happen the week of Labor Day, so after Labor Day. But I'm still going to be able to accept orders. I can still help you with things. Just send me a message. I'll have Wi-Fi and everything while I'm away on my trip, and I'd be happy to help you. I just might not be in email range all the time. So I will catch up in the mornings and in the evenings if I can't in between. All right, so let's get started on our card. Oh, hi, Kathy. I hope you like today's card too. So we are going to be using one of the new in colors for this year, which is Boho Blue. And I'm really happy to be using this color because I haven't used it much yet. So it's such a nice color, and I'm really glad to be using it with this card. So we're going to have a series of different blues in our cards today, or in our card rather today. And they come from this beautiful Countryside Inn DSP, which is really, really lovely. And so it has all these nice shades of blue. So let's get right to our card. And if you want to order anything that you see here today, just click After the broadcast, I will have a link to my blog with the instructions and all the measurements for this card. So just click on the link that offers card instructions and supply list, and you can find all of the things that you need there in that post. And you can also contact me through juliescraftaddict.com. I'd be delighted to help you as your demonstrator. And please do use my host code for this month. Here it is. I will have a link with that embedded in it as well in the broadcast after I'm done showing you how to make this card today. Okay, so let's see. How do we want to do this? All right, instead of starting with stamping today, let's just put the card together a little bit so that we've kind of got an idea of where we're going. So I'm just using some Stampin' Seal here on the back of my panel of paper. So I've got the glue on there, and I'm going to take out the card base, which is made of basic white thick cardstock. And I'm just going to make a nice crease here in the end. And now we're going to adhere our paper. So that's very simple. Whoops, I'll move it up so you can see a little bit more there. And I really like this paper. It has some animals interspersed. So it has doves on one of the patterns. It has bunnies on this one. And it has foxes too. And then it has some florals as well. And then abstract patterns on the back sometimes. So it's quite a nice, versatile paper. Okay, so we'll put that aside for now. And let's do our stamping. So we need to stamp "You're in My Thoughts" on this little scrap of Balmy Blue. And we need to stamp our image of the girl with the coffee on this white rectangle. And I really like the Stampin' Up! Paper. It's very smooth and it's very good for stamping. And it's my favorite stamping paper I've ever had. So I really, really like it. As much as I like all the designs and all the fun stuff that Stampin' Up! Makes, it's the basics that really make me loyal to them, actually. So I love their cardstocks. I love the way they work. I love how well their adhesives work. And I also really, really like all of the coordination that they do with all their colors so that the colors go together. I just find that to be so helpful. Okay, so let's ink this up. And I still haven't got it all inked up there. All right. So I think that's pretty good coverage. My ink pad is juicy because it's new and I've hardly used it before. So let's see if this stamps well for us. And we're going to stamp right in the middle. I think that's what I did before. Yeah, basically in the middle, but you could stamp off to one side or whatever you would like to do. So let's just stamp there. We'll hold it down for several seconds. Give the ink time to just go into the paper, and then we'll lift up. Yeah, so that looks very nice. That stamped really, really well. Okay, so that's perfect. All right, we can, actually, no, we're not going to close up our ink pad. We're going to get out our sentiment, which is "You're in my thoughts." So that's this one here. And I'm just going to put it down so I can actually read it and pick it up with the block so I don't kind of bend it by mistake. And we'll tap that. And I'm just going to do this in the middle of the paper, anywhere, it doesn't matter, because we're going to actually cut it at an angle on both sides. So there you go. Oh, the paper would make great wallpaper. Yes, I agree. I think it would too. That would be a very pretty wallpaper, in fact. Okay, let's close this up. All right, so there's our ink pad. And now let's clean up our stamps. So in case you're new to stamping, how we clean these water-soluble inks, and most of the inks you'll get from Stampin' Up! Are water-soluble. So if you get them on your fingers, they'll be there for probably an hour or two until you wash your hands a few times, but then they disappear. So they come off. And this is a stamped chamois. So you can see mine has a little cut in one side. It's got all these stains. but it's just a piece of special foam that Stampin' Up! Sells for this purpose. And you get it wet under water. I use usually warm running water. Then wring it out gently like you would a dishcloth or something. And then you can basically stamp right into it. And all you're using to take off your ink is plain water. So it's very environmentally friendly, and these things last for a long time. I've had this one probably for a year, and it's still going strong. When you want to wash them, just rinse them under water again and wring them out. And when the color stops coming out, they're probably clean. You could, I think, put them in the washing machine too, but I've never tried that. I've never felt that it was necessary because it really doesn't matter. As long as you rinse it under water and you're not getting any additional color coming out, it's totally fine. So there's really no need to wash it. All right, and I just keep mine in an empty stamp box, which you can buy packs of as well. All right, so here we go. Let's put this all together. So I'll bring back my sample so we can see. There's the piece for the middle of the card. We're going to just cut at an angle on that side, and we're going to cut at an angle on the other side. So just like that, with very little effort, we made a fancy looking sentiment without a die or anything. It's very simple. So this card doesn't involve any die cutting. It's just very, very simple supplies. You've got stamps, you've got ink, and you've got various kinds of paper and adhesive. And then I added a little embellishment, but that's it. It's really simple. So let's see what we need to do to put the rest of the card together. So here we go. We've got our base, we've got our little pieces, and then we have one more piece that was in our packet. So this is just a little scrap of Night of Navy cardstock, which is another coordinating color from the paper. And we're just going to kind of rip casually down one side of this paper. So nothing special. You can see that I just ripped it. That's all I did, down the long edge. And what we're going to do is we're going to adhere that to the back of our white piece with the stamping on, and it makes it look decorative, and it gives this distressed edge to it. So that's all we're going to do. It's very simple, and what I'm going to do, actually, rather than stamp and seal, I think I'll use our multi-purpose liquid glue. So I'm just going to use the fine tip and just put a little line of glue. You hardly need any for it to stick, actually. I find something that people are prone to doing is using way too much glue, and then it kind of oozes out around the corners. So you just need that little tiny bit, and that will be plenty. The advantage of using the liquid glue in projects, actually, is that it's movable. So you can put your piece down and you can actually wiggle it around a bit. Whereas you cannot do that with the dry glues, like the tape glues and so forth, Stamp and Seal and such. So there, that's all it took to make that look much, much fancier and finished. Okay, so now we're going to get out our dimensionals and we're going to put these things on our card. So I'm going to use up all these little pieces of dimensional that are left over. So I'm just going to cut so that I can get those off. So here we go. Let's put one there, and there, and there. Okay, all the four corners, and I'll put a little piece in the middle. And then we'll need a couple pieces on our sentiment as well. So let's do that while we're at it. And conveniently, these are nice narrow pieces on the sides that are left over. So they fit really, really well on there. Okay, so now we can just stick everything together on the card, layer everything up. Very simple. And here we go. So I had mentioned that the next couple of weeks I'm going to be away starting this weekend for a Stampin' Up! Leadership Conference, and then also for a holiday. So it will be 2 weeks that I'll be away. But while I'm away, I'm going to continue to have card designs on my website almost every day. I take Sunday off. That's my day off and my Sabbath. as I like to think of it. And so I just don't work on Sundays. And so there won't be anything on Sunday, but the other days of the week, you'll be able to see projects. So please do check my website. It's juliescraftaddict.com. If I can help you with any products while I'm away, I'm very happy to help you with orders and such as well. And don't forget to check out my classes. So we're going to just add the last little touch, which is these embellishments, adhesive back solid gems. So here we go. So they come in lemon lolly, copper clay, and they have boho blue. I think that's copper clay and not pecan pie. Now I don't know, now that I look at it. They're kind of similar in a way. When I don't have them in front of me, it's hard to tell the difference. So don't quote me on that, but Stampin' Up's website can tell you which color that actually is. Okay, I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. That's this tool here. The sharp ends for die cutting, poking out little tiny pieces of dies. And this end is putty, and it will pick up your embellishment. So I'm going to use 3 different sizes here. So what I did was I used a large one, a very small one, and a medium-sized one. So there you go. Now that is our card for today. And I just realized I forgot to show you the sneak peeks of my classes. So my classes are going to be open through September the 3rd. These classes are for October. And I wanted to show you the samples because I made them this week just to show you. So here's one of them. This class is available with any $60 order, absolutely free. So it's a simple stamping class. You can see there's very little stamping there. I have the full information at juliescraftaddict.com, and you can earn the class for free when you place an order of $60 before tax and shipping with me by September the 3rd. And so you can find, again, all the information under online classes, and it'll describe exactly what you'll get with this free class. So I'm really excited about this because I'm a cyclist, and I'm using the Fun on Wheels stamp set and die set. So you can see the cool stuff you can do with the dies. Look, you can cut out a whole bike. I think those are the neatest dies. I really like them. So that's a sample from the Fun on Wheels free class with order. And I have another class that's available, and it is Nature's Prints. So here's the Nature's Prints stamp set. And here's the Nature's Prints dies. And this class will have autumn themed and holiday themed cards. So like toward the Christmas side of the spectrum. So here's one of the holiday cards. So I'm showing you a sneak peek of that so you can get a sense of what we'll do in that class. And again, if you're interested in the class, please go to juliescraftaddict.com and click on online classes. It's open until September the 3rd. And there's 2 more classes, and they're both kit classes. One is a kids kit class, which will be taught by a special guest kid stamper. So invite those kids in your circle who would like to try stamping and try making a kit. And also you can register for a tag class. It is a no stamping holiday tag class where we make 15 tags. And it's a really reasonable price for it. It's less than $20 plus your tax and shipping. So if you're interested in doing that, it's great for beginners as well as avid crafters. You can go to www.juliescraftaddict.com and click on online classes, and you can find information about all of these classes. So I see a couple of people just joined now. So here's a couple of the sneak peeks from my upcoming classes. And I hope that you'll visit my website and have a look at all the things there and let me know how I can help you with serving your crafting needs. So thank you so much for coming along and watching this card demo with me today. I hope you have a wonderful 2 weeks ahead, and I will see you again in September. Bye for now, friends.